It's Mike and Denise, and we're eating our pizza right there. Actually, our dessert pizza. If you've been watching our videos, we know we've been talking about the GreenFare Organic Cafe, which is where we are. Pizza. Actually, we just had some pizza here earlier with some friends.
We had the roasted veggie pizza.
Yeah, we already ate that. And we met some friends, and now we're having dessert pizza. And actually, what they've been doing recently here at GreenFare is they've been having an apple cinnamon dessert pizza. But this one, since strawberries are in season now, is a strawberry chocolate dessert pizza. So this is our dessert for tonight.
Yes.
Are you okay with pizza for dessert tonight?
Yeah, all summer long.
Yeah.
Every Friday night we're gonna have pizza for dessert.
Okay, and if you watch our videos, you know I want to talk to you guys about why this food is different, why it's better. Because if you go out to eat, every place seems kind of the same, right? I mean, it does to me, because I get sick at almost every restaurant. For real, I'm not making this up. And Denise, you can vouch
he does.
For it.
He gets sick if he eats anything that's all oily. He starts to make belching noises like a kid does before they throw up, and you wish he'd just throw up, but he won't. He'll keep making those noises all night, and he'll feel terrible.
Yeah. So I found it just happens to be that all the food here at GreenFare, it really doesn't make me do that at all, and it optimizes everything about my condition, my health. I don't have to worry about any kind of weird side effects like Denise was just discussing here, which happen to me all the time. If I eat cooked food at any kind of a restaurant when you go out, except for GreenFare. So this is why you got to find out what's going on in GreenFare, not just in case it happens to you, because my guess is the side effects may not happen to you right away. Like with Denise, it doesn't happen to her like right away, but you will get the negative side effects down the road, like years and years down the road, right? Yeah, that you cannot escape.
Like carotid arteries.
Like type 2 diabetes, all kinds of different things, right?
Right.
Okay, so we have a list here. We want to tell you, why is this different? How is it different? Like, and of course, if it's going to be better for you, it's going to prevent you from having to have all kinds of medical issues. Although we're not doctors, we don't practice medicine, but we know about the food. I'm a lifestyle nutritionist. We run our own nonprofit at plantbaseddiet.org, so we know about what to eat. Okay, so let's go through the list. Why this food?
It's loaded with phytonutrients and fully intact fiber.
Okay, fiber. That's the most important thing. People still ask me. I've been asked like at least 3 or 4 times last week, where do you get protein if you're eating plants?
Yeah.
Seriously,
that question is
so old.
Irrelevant.
Where do you get your fiber? Your real fiber, not your Metamucil fiber, right? Your actual plant fiber. Just some strawberries made out of fiber, right? Right there. And corn and wheat crust made out of fiber, right there.
Yeah. If you're not sure why fiber is so important, read Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Diet.
Yeah. And yes, and I just thought of another thing. Where do you get your water from? If you're eating food with moisture in it, like plants, real plants that are not cooked too high, it's still going to have a lot of moisture content in it, like this does too. That's another thing that GreenFare does. I got to add that to the list. You're not going to be dehydrated to eat their food. You don't have to drink gallons and gallons of water every day. It's always helpful to drink water, but if you're eating, foods that are not cooked at super high temperatures, that are not dehydrated, like crackers and stuff like that, bread, soda, this is special stuff here. This is not your normal stuff. What's next?
It's fully organically grown.
Yeah, fully organic. That's important. We were talking about that earlier, how some people are gluten sensitive, and I definitely am, as opposed to, I'm sensitive to everything else too, okay? But I found that when I eat foods that don't have chemicals all in them in the growing process and in the seeds and everything, if it's not organic, it's going to have chemicals all over it. That's what you want to avoid, and that's what they don't have here. They're not going to give you that stuff. It's all organic, everything. If you wonder why you see the organic word all the time with this stuff, I don't even see the organic word here on the logo, is it?
It's on the menus and on the website.
Like every item says organic this, organic that, because almost all the food out there that you can buy is not organic. Almost all the food is laced with chemicals, and you're going to have severe negative reactions if you are like anything like me. And even if you're not like me, you're going to have reactions 10, 20, 30 years down the road, like cancer or other things that you just wish you never had. The way you avoid that is by eating organic. What's next?
It's certified healthy vegan food.
Yes, our nonprofit has a certified healthy vegan food standard. Almost nobody's food meets it. Nobody's. And if somebody meets it, how many dishes do they have? Because we do it on a per dish basis. If somebody meets it.
Usually one.
Right, 1 or 2 maybe. GreenFare here, every single item on the menu meets the standard. No other restaurant comes close. Nobody's like that, because even if you find a healthy vegan food item, you still got to make sure you avoid the rest of the menu at that restaurant, which is like 90% of the items, right?
Yeah.
Or more. That's not the case here. Not the case.
And what is your standard? That's one
What
of
is
the
it?
other
Okay, let's go through it. Yeah. Go to healthyveganfood.info. The link is below in the description of this video if you want to see it. If you want to see what the standard is, I will tell you quickly. There are no animal products, of course, because they only deal with plants. There's actual, real, intact, whole fiber in there. Okay? There is no oil, or oil as an added ingredient, meaning no, for the most part, vegan butters, cheeses, things like that. But the cheese here, by the way, is house made. Actually, there's no cheese on this pizza. But all the cheeses at GreenFare are, because there's oil or too much fat in them. What's the other thing in addition to that?
Salt.
Yeah, that's right. No added salt or sodium as an added ingredient, and also no alcohol. Those are the things that make all, because alcohol is a group 1 carcinogen. We'll get to that on the list later too. So what else? What other reason? Why is this food so special? Why do I keep talking about it, making videos? Why?
So it optimizes your immune system and gut health.
Okay, fiber is incredibly important to balancing the gut health. Gut is where most of your serotonin is formed, and it's out of whack if you don't get fiber, is the bottom line, right? Fiber is what brings your gut into balance. It what brings your whole body and your brain into balance too. And if you don't have enough fiber, do you think you have any chance of getting to a balanced state? No. And everyone out there, right? Everyone gets too little fiber by a big amount as well. So you need to be eating this food here, okay? This food is chock with fiber.
So to optimize your immune system, the first step is not eating animal products because they cause inflammation. And when your body is fighting off the inflammation, it can't ward off other hazards. And that's how you get susceptible to colds and flus and other things like that. So this is how it optimizes your immune system.
That's another one. Yeah, there's so much to it. It's very complicated, but just know that you don't have to know all the details. Even though we're telling you all the details, all right? Just show up at GreenFare and get your food here, and talk to everybody here. Jen, Pericles, and Gwen, of course.
So this pizza contains no added oil, sugar, or salt.
That's right. All the food here. That's even better than our standard. No added oil, or anything as an added ingredient. I know it's supposed to rain here at some point. No added sugar, no added salt. When we say sugar, we're talking about processed sugar, right? How much nutrition is in processed white sugar?
0.
How much fiber is in there? I think all the fiber is stripped out, all the nutrition stripped out. It's bleached.
It's just
Bleach.
They
sweeten stuff here. They sweeten stuff here, but not with that. That's almost every item you buy that's sweetened has that stuff in it. And you can imagine how much that's going to throw your body out of whack. Not to mention it's a very high glycemic index, right? It's going to spike your blood sugar, and you're going to crash after you eat that.
So we mentioned there are no animal products, and it's prepared in a fully organic environment with no chemicals. They don't even clean with non-organic chemicals.
Denise and I have been making these videos for a while now, and even Denise wasn't 100% sure what that meant. I think that we had to kind of go over this concept. It's not that the food is organic. We already know that the food is organic. The food, like in here, but the problem is, what's the food touching? It's touching all these surfaces. What do you clean those surfaces with? What's on those surfaces? If it's not fully organic and chemical free, that's a problem. I bet you never thought about that, because I think only 5 restaurants in the entire country have this organic certification for the entire restaurant, not just food.
Yeah. So even when they get an abundance of fruit flies in here, they can't just call the exterminator because it's a certified organic restaurant.
That's right. Yeah. You gotta use natural methods. What else? What else we got?
Low caloric density and low percentage of calories from fat.
That's a big one. Big one. Okay, most foods, we had this talk earlier today. We had a little pizza party earlier. Most plant-based foods that are out there are what I would consider to be junk food, unfortunately. And the easy way to know is, does it have a high percentage of calories from fat? Does it have a high percentage of calories, period, like high caloric density? And in most cases, the answer is yes, because they're too highly processed, is the bottom line, right? If you're eating just the food, unless you're eating nothing but nut seeds and avocados, you're not going to get any foods like that. But if you do eat nut seeds and avocados, and even actually durian, that's a fruit, it's a very high fat fruit, it's so expensive, you're not going to eat much of it anyway. You probably never heard of it before, okay? But you just need to make sure not to eat so much of those things. And they've already done all the homework here for you. Everything you get here at GreenFare is low caloric density and low percentage of calories from fat. That's why they have to make their cheese here in-house, because they can't buy that stuff. When you buy the stuff out there, it's not doing you any favors when you buy the plant-based stuff in the stores.
So it's Memorial Weekend. Most people are going to be grilling stuff and burning things on their grill.
Oh,
This
yeah.
pizza is cooked at temperatures below 350 degrees.
So what does that mean? Who cares? Why? Why do we even care about that?
Why? It's to prevent the formation of acrylamides.
What's an acrylamide?
They're-
And why do I care about acrylamides?
They're cancer-causing chemicals.
Yeah, that's right. They are carcinogens, basically. They're carcinogens that are formed on the food whenever you heat up any kind of food above 350 degrees. Did you know that? Did you know that? I'm guessing no. No, this is all new information, right?
Yeah.
So, but we forgot to mention, GreenFare doesn't cook anything above 350, and that's why. And you probably never heard a restaurant discuss this ever. Don't even, if you bring this up at another restaurant, I have a feeling they're not going to.
Let's go what acrylamides are. So you can order sweet potato no fries here, and they're just as delicious as French fries that are cooked at high temperatures.
Yes.
So this food has a lower glycemic index, which reduces blood sugar spikes and energy crashes following a meal.
And I don't, you don't want me to get spikes of energy and then crashes. That's not good. It's not good for anybody. You want to stay even, you want to stay level, right? Because if you eat some kind of food, think about it, and you spike your energy level and then you crash, which most Americans do, then you got to pump yourself up with caffeine all day, basically.
Or you crave more and whatever gave you that sugar high.
Yeah, that's right. They're like what did we say? Denatured drugs, basically. That's unfortunately the level of processing with the foods today has kind of made them that way. It has a lot of the same qualities as drugs. They're not regulated as drugs. It's FDA. It's regulated as food, but still, it's kind of like it gives you that addiction mental thing, and you can't get away from it. You got to pull yourself away from it.
Yeah. Also, this pizza doesn't contain any cooking wine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Zero alcohol.
That's right. They don't even sell it here. It's kind of crazy because that's a profit center for restaurants. It's also the profit center for the cancer institutes, which we do not want you to visit. So in order to not visit that, you got to not drink the stuff that's causing cancer, which is just chemicals in general with things that aren't optimizing humans. And of course, alcohol is one of them. Alcohol is the biggest one that most people probably take that you don't even realize it's a group 1 carcinogen. But it is.
That's it. That's our list.
That's it. Okay. Let's get a few extra things in. We're going to be at the farmers market tomorrow, Lake Ann, 8 a.m. to noon, down there at Lake Ann, right? And we're actually going to go run afterwards. But we're going to be there early in the morning. We'll do maybe a live video from there. Also remind you guys to order your food, your 7-meal plan. We're doing these things that you take home. So all this kind of the stuff we just told you about, you're like, I don't want to do that. How am I going to know if the food I'm cooking is like this? What are these people talking about? Just order your 7-meal plan here, right?
Yeah.
Just order your 7-meal plan. It's like a variety of foods, all good stuff you get to take home. It meets all the standards we just talked about.
I had paella yesterday for lunch.
Yeah, that's right. And you pick it up twice a week, right?
Yeah.
You pick it up tonight, 5 to 7 p.m. and Monday, 5 to 7 p.m. But you have to order a couple days ahead of time, and tomorrow at noon is the deadline for that. And they also have a class, too. If you want to learn more, they have a class here. It's 21 days long. And the registration deadline for that is tomorrow at noon, I think, as well. So go on the website. Go look below. There's all these links are below here in the video. You don't have to remember anything other than just go down there and say, oh, this is what Mike was talking about or Denise was talking about, and just go sign up, right? And then tell us what you think, okay? And tell us how you feel. We just met somebody here today who her mom was in her late 50s, right? And she reversed type 2 diabetes in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You know why? Because it's the food. And all the food is bad. All the food, when I say it's bad, I mean, look.
Outside food that's not at GreenFare is bad.
Because all the stuff we talked to you about here in the video, go ask other restaurants. Go ask people in the grocery store. Go ask wherever you get your food. They're not going to know what you're talking about. You know why? Because it all has that bad stuff in it. That's why everyone's getting sick. And the minute you start eating only the good stuff, which is all available here, only the good stuff, don't think about it. Then you reverse all these conditions, right?
Yes, the body wants to heal itself.
But you have to give it the right conditions, which is generally the right food. And almost nobody's doing that. It's amazing people are living as long as they do, if you ask me, because I think people can live a lot longer and a lot better lives, too, quality of life. And we got to go eat. I'm tired of talking.
We got to go. The pizza's getting cold.
Yeah.
See you soon.
So get some dessert pizza. You have to order it by next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Call in. Bye.